On YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So I got this sewing needle and some of the fishing line and a flashlight. I just kind of basically sewed up kind of like one end. I would actually have to close. So I started to reuse some of the tape and taped up the liner so that it doesn't interfere, and and then started to drill the rest of the holes using one hand on the inside, and I got to see where all the cracks are. As you can see, there's holes in 3 rows because there are 2 cracks, or one that's starting and things. This hole right here actually is a little too close to the crack. It should have been down a little bit more, and one up here. I might have to add just an extra 2 holes right there at the end, but I just and then I just started sewing, and then tied it off, and then I started some more fishing line, and then I just pretty much covered up 3 rows, or I just sewed a few. And it just depends where the needle is on the inside, and also what I could kind of see on the outside where I'm going to start the next. As you can see, this is already cross stitched, so it's going to probably be in this hole, and then cross stitch there, and then so there, and then it's going to go underneath or something like that, and then yeah, and it's really a good thing because this suitcase right here is just, and I took off the casters, and it's really going to be used to help me carry around a lot of stuff that I might, like data storage, I would say, is all I could say for now. Maybe later on I could use it for other things, like flashlights only, or, but until then, I could put my cassettes, or so I've got a few cassettes here or there, and then you could reuse these cassettes. So this is how you cover up the record tabs, etc. But I just don't. The thing is, I actually have shelf stereo systems and a few boom boxes, but I need to repair a bunch of these shelf stereo systems, or even look over them to see if there's an output. These usually have an input, but once in a while you might find one with the output. I did have a Sony one that's that I put away and things, but these have all types of electronic options with headphone jacks and bass boosters that you output into like a stereo deck. And technically, there right now this bottom stereo is hooked up to this. I have some headphones that I'm going to replace. I use a different headphone, but I've been using pretty much a headphone jack to my cell phone and recording music, I guess. So, and this has a record level. So, this thing powers on, and sometimes people don't check to turn down the record level, and then put it to where you want it, because turning it down, it kind of resets the amplifier or whatever. And because sometimes you might record something on these old stereos, and then something might be wrong with it, the capacitors, and it doesn't sound that good. But to fix that, you actually turn it all the way down and then turn it back up, and then it's going to start recording nice. And then this top one is just for rewinding or fast forward. There are a few bugs in a lot of electronics because components and things wear out. But it's interesting that just getting to this point of recording levels and recording decks for cassettes. stuff like that. It's a form of data recovery, so you know, but there are a lot of other device options. Everybody wants to, not everybody, but a lot of people like digital software and things like that, which is pretty nice too. But it's really hard to, or there's keyboards, there's audio mixers, microphones, um, but just tinkering around with cassettes and things. That's just kind of the basic that I kind of do it, and anybody could do it. Besides digital, but there are some benefits with digital because they have DVD and CD and stuff. But the thing is, if it's an MP4, the DVD and the CD, you might have to have special conversion software and things like maybe the disc is already written on or something like that. Whereas and also you might have to compress files. I'm not too like 100% sure about but it does work. Whereas there's a special converter. I have a few of those for like an XP system. You plug into the USB and then it has RCA audio, video, and then it converts like VHS or cassette. Like down here is actually a DVD to VHS or VHS recorder, and there's a converter built inside of it. But this VHS doesn't work and stuff, but it powers on and stuff like that. Pretty nice stuff. Once you get more familiar with a year or two, maybe of using it and things, and sometimes you gotta always open the cover and clean things up, and but back to pretty much how it is with some of my electronics and stuff, and that suitcase. And I also have like this suitcase kind of like sitting here with that keyboard, etc. I could put that keyboard or just the really nice items, but I just kept it simple and put a lot like my DVD and CD scratch resurfacer, a couple of converters or whatever, and you gotta have some of the CDs and DVD software that I'm trying to source out. There might be one or two discs missing, like in this thing. I have a full Diablo 2. Here's pretty much video capture software that could go inside this other. So you guys could kind of figure out like, and there's some old school XP external burners, a few of these, and you could store photos, or you could figure out a few things that you could do at home and stuff, and also trying. So this is actually like a suitcase that is pretty much similar to the one that I showed you that I'm repairing. So and it's also good to have like a really good computer system, or have a nice looking system or something that you really want to work on like every day and stuff. So that's where a nice keyboard, or just a decent amount, like a nice keyboard could actually benefit. Yeah. And then, getting rid of the old keyboard and stuff. So that's pretty much most of the, and data recovery and, just, that's kind of like all that I kind of could use my electronics for. Then I guess there are other forms of recording and things like that, but I have extra DVDs you just saw, and then I have extra cassettes just in case And then now there's you know, the memory cards on my channel, so I guess I've turned into a data recovery in the background just to keep myself you know, a little bit busy and a little more creative, you know, with the and need having to, you know, finish up and reorganize a few things. Maybe I could, you know, acquire, I guess, a sense of what a recovery system might need is a player, a recorder, and a storage or something like that. And I guess these are the headphones that I want to use with the stereo deck that I have set up. Dual band or double band instead of a triple band, etc. I'm so yeah, it just takes a little bit of time, and then to actually like you know, kind of kind of you know, figure out, I guess, or think about how things should work, and then you just I can actually just start listening to a lot of old cassettes, or you know, just you know, you know, you have the internet, so you can listen to almost anything, and just kind of you know, use it as a library, so that only you can access, so that you know, so that you don't waste your time looking around. You know, it's just the next thing to watching so many videos, listening to so many songs. You start to be familiar with where the stuff that you really like are pretty much found, and then if you could harness you know, data recovery, you could really access that at any time and change the moment, you know, and things, instead of wasting a little bit of oxygen and explaining everything. You could just do it. So that's a good thing about data recovery. um, and then you know, there are a few other things that I'm randomly sorting. There are more cassettes and DVDs, or you know, things in you know, DVDs on one side and then cassettes on the other, and things like that. And then you know, it goes from you know, cassette to DVD, because you know, digital media is a little bit faster. But cassettes still will do, just because there is a large volume of you know, music for CDs and stuff. But the DVDs also offer a lot of video, which is a little bit harder to you know, pretty much keep in a library, because it requires a camera. So there are other you know, electronics and things, and you know, suitcases to store those things in. But that's pretty much most of my digital or my electronic program um, for now. In 2024, it's always been kind of like that, but I just don't spend a whole lot of time on the stuff, just because, you know, just because I'm, you know, you build up inside your brain this you know, ego, and then you know, you just gotta calm that down and figure out to do other stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next Upside DIY. I've got, you know, I got these to kind of pry these off, maybe make a rubber cork. You know, I'm doing all types of other things to, you know, expand my information. And a few things to clean up, some DIY stuff. And there's like a calligraphy pen in here. This is probably the best item that I found. Calligraphy pen for outlines. And then I've got a system to help sort out metal, is using coffee cans and digging out the good stuff. And thanks for watching Upside DIY. I've got to sort out this bucket right here. See you later.